Pathmonk is the AI for website conversions. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in the buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50% by adding Pathmonk to your website in seconds, letting the AI do all the work, and increase conversions while you keep doing marketing as usual. Check us out on pathmonk.com. Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of Pathmonk Presents. Today, we're joined by Brendan Hayes. He's the head of growth at Astronomic. Brendan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you, Brendan. And let's right out of the gate, let's talk about Astronomic, and let's talk about what's the big idea behind your company, right? So if you were explaining it to a friend over coffee, how would you describe what you do?
Sure. So Astronomic is essentially an evergreen accelerator that companies can access on demand. So for entrepreneurs, whether they need access to advisors, investors, customers, or talent, they can visit our website, astronomic.com, sign up for our community, and get warm intros to all of the appropriate people and services that they need to grow and scale and hopefully eventually exit their companies.
Yeah, that's the plan, right? If you're a founder, then that's what you want. That you want something like this where you get the right connections and the right type of support to be able to find product market fit and a bunch of other things that come with it, right? So that sounds like a really helpful business that you got going, Brendan. Now, are there any specific types of businesses or industries where you feel Astronomic really shines, do you think?
Sure. So we've grown so much that this year we've worked with everyone from vertical AI to consumer packaged goods and everything in between. But really, anything that is technology native is our bread and butter. So whether you're building a B2C consumer app or a B2B SaaS, those are the companies that most likely find the most benefit from collaborating with us.
Got it. Okay. Now I know you have something exciting in the works, right? So there's an event coming up. We talked about it offline briefly before getting into things. Do you want to touch on that? Maybe I know there's someone involved, the CTO of Workweek, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe tell us a little bit about that. Maybe some people can also come to that event.
Absolutely. So part of what we do through building this incredible community is we host these curated events for entrepreneurs, corporate executives, and investors who come from a similar industry or vertical and would otherwise never meet in the real world. And one series of events that we have coming up, we're really excited about, is going to feature both the CTO at Workday, which is a Fortune 500 B2B SaaS company, along with the CIO at a company called Sneak, which is a Series G cybersecurity company that's raised well over $1 billion and has a very innovative AI security platform. And so we'll be hosting fireside chats with both of those business leaders in New York and Chicago coming up in December. So those are going to be really exciting events that we're hoping to get other executives and founders to attend.
Amazing. And let me correct myself. Of course, I said work week. It's Workday, right? You don't want to, maybe we don't want to send anything to the competition. Work week is something of the past, right? We want to talk about Workday these days. So all jokes aside, Brendan, that sounds really exciting. It sounds like a good opportunity for entrepreneurs of all kinds to network and learn something really valuable. So that's great. Also, is there any company maybe that right now is about to launch or something you're excited about? Let's say.
Yeah. So, something I'd love to talk about, we're currently advising a startup that is coming out of stealth mode in early December, and we'll have a launch in Austin, Texas. They are a sports betting analytics platform that's essentially the Watson of sports betting. And so they analyze hundreds of thousands of data points, including media reports from the mainstream and the blogs and podcasts and player data and matchups and historical trends and everything you could possibly imagine to make predictions about the outcomes of games and individual player results. And they've been working on it for 3 years. The founders have very strong backgrounds from enterprise data, and it's going to be an amazing product. I've seen the demo, I've used it. It's live right now, and we're just really excited to help them launch to the world.
Amazing. And by the time this episode comes out, they might be already rolling and be live, right? So if at that time you already have a link or something you can share with us, then we'll also put it in the show notes, just so you know.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, follow us on
yeah,
LinkedIn, Astronomic. We'll be posting about some of these upcoming events. And if you're going to be in Austin on December 4th, and you might be an investor that's interested in the sports world and in big data, please join us for this private event.
sounds good. Now, Brennan, let's get a little bit more technical, let's say, and talk about astronomic. And I want to understand a little bit more, since our audience is interested in conversion rate, in growth, in marketing. How much of a role does your website play in pulling in new clients? And is there anything about it that you think really works, or anything you got your eye on improving?
Sure, we're very proud of our website. Our designer Joao has done an amazing job and continues to update that. And we feel that it's very dynamic and comprehensive and interactive and leads you directly into our web app so that you can sign up for the community. You can join our private Slack channel. You can browse events and services and just meet great vetted qualified people who have also signed up for the community. You know, whether you need investors for your startup or business partners or customers, definitely sign up for the community, and we'll get you plugged in either digitally or through the in-person events that we host in every major city across the U.S. every week. Um, but yeah, we're very proud of the site. I think it does a great job of explaining the many different pathways that you can take to engage with our powerful community, and the interactive component is important. You know, it's not just a static marketing site. It really flows dynamically into our web app, which allows you to get involved.
Yeah, that's interesting. Also, I like the component of what you just mentioned about bringing people together, about the community, right? The Slack channel, the in-person events. So it's like, bringing people together, and I think it's essential, especially for a business like yours. Now, speaking of people, right? Let's talk about you for a second, Brennan. Let's switch gears for a second. Talk about you as a leader, right? So, as a head of growth, what does a typical workday look like for you? And what are the main things you focus on a day to day?
Sure. So I'm very lucky in that nearly all of our growth comes from word of mouth. And so I would say I'm mainly focused on product led growth, which is creating the proprietary technology platform that we're built upon, and our digital assets to reflect out to the world what we're doing with managed services and with events. And then people engage with us either online or offline, and they always tell their colleagues and friends about the experience that they had. And our inbox is overflowing with new leads. And so I'm really passionate about delivering great experiences for our clients. Um, and beyond that, what I think sets us apart is the authenticity of the community. So we're not just trying to be a services company, we're really trying to create a unique, vetted community of professionals that span the whole ecosystem of startups. And that includes these high net worth individual angel investors, family office leaders, C suites from the Fortune 500 and enterprise who might want to buy innovative new technologies from the founders, and of course, the founders themselves. And so we organize dinners and hikes and
Mm.
essentially professional house parties that are all informal yet professional, and people just have a great time and make connections, whether that's business partners or customers or advisors. And um, they always spread the word about how great the community is. And as the head of growth, I'm really focused on how we can build the technology backbone that enables those real life experiences so that word of mouth growth continues at the rate that it's been climbing, which is really quite staggering this year, and we're proud of that.
I'm sure you are, and that makes a lot of sense, especially if you do all of these things to foster that community vibe. Let's say it makes sense for the referral ecosystem that you build to work so well, as you've said. So
Yeah,
props to
yeah.
you guys, and that's a great initiative.
Thank you. Yeah, we use a lot of data and technology to figure out how to curate these events in a way that people will make meaningful connections. That's what it's all about. And so there's a tech component that we're building. We're really excited about AI agents layering on top of our existing platform, which I'm very involved with building right now. So a lot of what I do on a day to day is a technical exercise, or it's talking to our clients and figuring out what they need and who on our team I need to connect with to deliver. Um, but it's really all about just the authenticity and the curation of um, putting the right people in the right rooms together and letting the magic happen, and everything just grows organically from there.
That's great. Yeah, that's absolutely great. Now, Brennan, we're coming towards the end of the interview here. We have a rapid fire segment that I love to do with you. It's just a few questions. We try to keep things light and engaging, so nothing crazy, nothing too serious. But the only unspoken rule is that for a concise question, we expect a concise answer. Is that okay with you?
I can do that.
All right, let's do it. So, when it comes to consuming content, do you prefer watching, listening, or reading?
Reading.
Reading. Okay. What's the latest piece of content that you read? Could be a book, could be an article, whatever, that you picked up. And were there any gems that really stuck with you?
I find gems every day on X, formerly Twitter. I find that a lot of the voices in tech that I want to connect with are on there. And that's really powerful because I can just skim through and quickly identify the content that I want to interact with or skip over. So I'm addicted to that right now, but I like to think it's productive sometimes or most of the time.
Yeah, I like that caveat, right? It's like most of the time it is productive, right? As long as you keep that focus, right? Because it's easy to get distracted in it. But yeah, that's a good one. If you had a magic wand and could fix one frustrating thing in your life with tech, what would it be?
It's a great question. How to plan my meals and what I'm going to eat next. That's always such a decision that you have to make multiple times a day that takes up time. And there's no science or art to it. You're just kind of freestyling. So maybe someone will
Mm.
build an AI that will uh, help me prep my meals and save me some time and energy.
Oh, interestingly, I use ChatGPT for something like that, right? I just like kind of lay out what my week might look like, especially when it comes to inspiration for dinners and things like that. But yeah, that's a good one for sure. Unusual, I gotta tell you that. People typically go to like, how do I parse through data and make it visual, just like you go, easy. How do I plan my meals? Like, what do I eat?
I'm
Just more
so
basic.
busy. I that's just one thing that I know is taking up time that's not productive. So that was my concise answer for you.
I
Because
get
I'm
it.
just looking to optimize my life admin right now. Maybe laundry is next. Maybe we can work on robots for laundry, which I know are coming
Oh,
soon.
they're coming. They're coming for sure. What's well, maybe that's related, maybe not, but what's one repetitive task that you love to put on autopilot forever?
Delegating tasks to operations. As head of growth, I do a lot of work with go to market and partnerships and sales, and I have to triage what's important and delegate that out to the ops team. And I'm hoping to automate some of that in 26 as we build out the agentic side of our platform.
Okay, that should be an interesting one. Keep us posted. All right.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, exciting.
yeah, it sounds like it. Brendan, I want to thank you for being on the show with us today. As we wrap it up, I want to give you the last word also. If someone forgets everything about the interview today, Brendan, what is the one thing that you should remember about your company?
Just remember that we're building this company because many of us were founders in the past and we know what it's like out there. And we want to build a place where you can always come to us on demand and get what you need. And we love the big accelerator programs like YC and Techstars and eWar over in Europe. But most of those programs only last about 3 months. And so, what do you do when the party's over? You can come to Astronomic and we'll support you from early phase all the way through exit with whatever you need.
Awesome. I love that. If someone wants, say there's a founder here that wants to check you guys out, know more about you guys, how can they do it?
Astronomic.com or Astronomic on LinkedIn are great ways to find us and follow us.
Too easy then. Brendan, thank you again for the interview today. I'm sure our audience found it invaluable. So again, maybe we get to do this again soon. Maybe we catch up next year when you've worked on the agentic side of things. But until then, Brendan, I wish you a wonderful day and I hope to see you again soon.
Likewise, let's do it again next year.
Sounds good. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.